Live. Rampage in Crewman Lagoon as gang of men beat shopkeeper, set home on fire and then chop each other. Orange Walk accused murderers flee to Mexico. Belize reaffirms commitment to Taiwan and another airline added to the lineup at the PGIA. Details of these stories and more coming up in tonight's newscast.
We have been a partner with Smart for over 10 plus years. We have a full Smart plan we use as our major driver for our business. We have a service that rolls over in that if you call one and it is busy, it rolls over to the next line. So once you call us, you can get us at any time. Before we got this Smart service, we were paying upwards of nearly $2,000 in phone bills. Since we've had our Smart service, we pay an average of about $600. So we've had tremendous saving, more than 50%. For the businesses, if you want to save money, switch to Smart because it is far more cost effective and the service is excellent.
Smart continues to be innovative in bringing new technology and meaningful savings during these challenging times to businesses across Belize. Sign up for our VoIP technology or broadband packages and save more.
Take away the stress of holiday expenses with a Christmas loan from St. John's Credit Union Limited. Get up to 3 times your monthly salary with low interest rate and easy approval as you make effortless memories this season. Book an appointment at any of our office locations in Belize City, Belmopan, and Dangriga. Some conditions apply. Promotion starts October 15 through December 17. St. John's Credit Union Limited. Safe savings, smart borrowing.
Beep disinfectant spray is certified by a U.S. EPA compliant lab to kill the coronavirus that causes COVID-19. Beep for a happy, healthy home.
Nestle. Start healthy, stay healthy.
Buenos días. 2 boletos para Kikakers, por favor. Ida y vuelta. 54. Este dinero es falso.
¿Falso? Sí, este billete es falso.
¿Y por qué es falso?
Porque un verdadero billete de $50 tiene una marca de agua en la forma de un jaguar con la marca de agua y electrotipia de denominación y un hilo de seguridad.
Conozca su dinero. Reconozca el billete falso al verlo. No se confíe en solo una de las características de seguridad. Busque la claridad y calidad de la impresión. Las líneas y el color impresos deben ser nítidas y claras. Sienta la calidad del papel y de la impresión levantada. Ponga el billete a la luz y observe. El hilo de seguridad avantanillada debe formar una línea completa cuando se pone a la luz. La marca de agua y la electrotipia de denominación, el Jaguar, es la marca de agua en los billetes de $100 y $50. El gigante dormido es la marca de agua en los billetes de $20, $10, $5 y $2. El registro perfecto. Las partes del diseño impreso en la parte posterior deben caber exactamente dentro de las áreas sin imprimir en el frente del billete para formar el diseño completo. Revise los billetes de $100 para saber si está el holograma del tucán con la impresión sobrepuesta de la flor de vinca per vinca. Inclínelo para ver las imágenes pequeñas del tucán y el numeral 100. Revise los billetes de $50 para saber si está la imagen del pez ángel en color verde plateado. Mira más cerca. Utilice luz ultravioleta para ver los elementos fluorescentes. Utilice una lupa para ver las letras más pequeñas que leen Central Bank of Belize y el valor del billete. Detenga la circulación de los billetes beliceños falsos. Pasa todas las falsificaciones a la policía inmediatamente. Es una ofensa criminal guardar o utilizar falsificaciones. Esté a salvo, esté seguro. Conozca su dinero.
Morning, B.
Ready for full lay box?
Yes, man. Just grab the rope and I will put down the camera. My name is Josh Marin. I'm a commercial fisherman out of San Pedro, and I've been fishing my whole life. We've been noticing that each and every time we go out, we have to find further grounds. So when I heard about the program, I found it as a very good business opportunity. Other fishermen, when they go out, they tend to bring in everything and anything, and that's what me and my crew don't do. We practice responsible fishing.
Just show me how the app work, G.
Easy thing, bro. All we gotta do is we're gonna put in how much fish we catch right here. Today we get 15 pounds of champagne and 30 pounds of queens. We have punched that in and that's all. Oh, one more thing.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Monday, December 13th. I am Sabrina Daly. A family in the Crewman Lagoon area is tonight trying to piece their lives back together after losing everything to a house fire. This was, however, no accidental fire, and there were violent incidents both before and after the blaze that left several people wounded. News 5's Paul Lopez visited the area to get a better understanding of what transpired on Sunday night and who seems to be behind the violence that seems to have been sparked by a lack of cigarettes at a shop.
One family is left traumatized tonight after a group of men physically attacked them and burnt their house to the ground in the Crewman Lagoon area. It was just before midnight when a man entered Violet Singh's corner shop store to purchase cigarettes. That encounter escalated into a brutal situation no one in her home saw coming.
So this guy come and he asked me for a cigarette. So I tell him that cigarette finished. So it looked like he and his brothers may have an altercation outside. So it looked like his brother follow he and continue he wants to start the fight right here between them two. The two brothers, that are the one when they fight.
Okay.
So I just tell them for please make them leave because I know one will fight that know something small that was big commotion they may have. So I tell them please get out, please get out. And the same time when I tell them that, the guy get a stick, or he may have a stick, I'm not really sure. I think he may have it on his hand.
One of the brothers.
Yes, he just lift it up and knock me with it.
Singh says her husband then exited the house and confronted the man for hitting her. That is when 5 other men joined the assailant and proceeded to attack Singh's family.
All of them come, they knock my husband, they knock me, they knock my brother-in-law. So we run in, lock the door, and we stay in and call police. But the same time my mother come from church. And when my mother come from church and try to open her door, the guy tell her, oh, you're her mom, so you will get it too. And they start to beat up my mom with a 2x4.
That's unconscionable.
They bust my mom head, then bust her foot and hand. For no reason.
When we met the elderly today, she was wearing bandages on her head, feet, and hand. She was evidently in pain. Eventually, the men left, but unfortunately, The distressing ordeal did not end there for this family. While they were all at the hospital being treated for their wounds, several of the men returned and burned down their home.
Look like police grabbed 3 of them, so that way get them more mad that we put the report that yes, that they do all of this to us. So because of that, they give we a message. If we say, oh, we steal the house, so we no steal with nothing, we no go from here. That's the how I take it. For no reason. Then I saw a group of people where they call themselves gangs. They call themselves MS-13, and they want to come attack people like this where they work hard. They don't work. They all let them do that. Hang with all of them there, drink and nothing. We work.
Singh and her family lost everything to the fire, barely making it out of the attack with their own lives. But apparently the fire was not the end of the night's drama either. Several of the men believed to be involved reportedly started fighting amongst themselves.
A chopping incident in the crewman area of Belize City. We have several persons detained. We know that several persons ended up at the Hosna Memorial, and even those that went there were treated and are in police custody. We know that it was a brawl, and sometime after persons were detained for this brawl, a house was burnt down in that area also.
Police were in the community today carrying out an intensive manhunt for the men they say are currently on the run. For Singh and her family, including her children who witnessed the entire trauma, life may never be the same.
In front of my children see everything. The house, my house, me full of blood. Full of blood when all we run in and everybody they bleed. My whole house full of blood. My kids then right there they cry. And after that, they call me, then they tell me that then they try to light up the house. I say okay. But then they say no, they don't got it under control, nothing happened. But if we reach home, and when I reach home, I see everything on fire. My work gone to nothing. You know how hard it is to make your things. Me and my husband, we work hard to get whatever we want. And they just take it for nothing. For nothing. Because I don't do them anything. So I still don't get it. What's wrong with them guys? Them guys need to go to jail. Because if this happened, imagine them could kill my mom.
Your mom is an elderly.
She lucky, she alive. For what reason? Nothing, only because then they drink and they get crazy. They can attack people when they don't have nothing to do. That's not fair.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
At news time, 2 men have been detained by police, but they have not been charged. Others are being sought. 2 murders were recorded over the weekend, one on Umberger's Key and the other in Orange Walk. The first occurred on Saturday night in San Pedro town when Ilberto Calles was killed. Tonight, sources confirmed with News 5 that a minor has been charged for the killing and will be arraigned on Tuesday in Belize City. But was Calles killed over a bicycle? News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
Hilberto Calles was a carpenter and a footballer, but on Saturday night, he was gunned down a few feet from his home in the San Pedrito area of San Pedro town. The 36-year-old was heading home when he was ambushed by a gunman and shot several times. His girlfriend, who spoke to us off camera, said she heard the shots and witnessed the cold-blooded killing of her partner.
I thought that it was pop shots, you know, like Christmas soon come. And then when I saw the neighbor running in the yard, and then I peeped. I saw somebody else running in the yard too, and then I saw, and when I saw my boy was running, and I saw the person that killed him running and shooting him, and he dropped right there, and the boy still come and continue shooting him.
The Calles family is devastated, but Ilberto's youngest brother, Edilberto, spoke on behalf of the family. He shared a bit of what happened that evening. 3, 2, 1.
Nobody wants to really talk. Nobody wants to see anything. I don't blame them. right? But there's a God above, and to what they've told us, they just say that the guy came out of a fence, started shooting at him, my brother fell. He tried to run, but he was caught. When he was on the ground, they say the guy just came and shot him for the last time. He was never a bad person, never. Always make you laugh, share jokes. He's always worried about everybody else, right? My brother didn't owe anybody anything. Just recently, I could say that he did change his life. He used to drink a lot. He quit a lot of drinking, dedicated to work. Now he was all about settling down. Finally got the job he wanted. And I mean, what hurts the most is it happened just the day before my mom's birthday, right? So, my brother didn't owe anybody anything, man. It's not fair.
The shooter was quickly apprehended by police. To everyone's surprise, the attacker was well known to the deceased as they worked together. It is believed that the incident stems from this bike. The shooter had reportedly stolen a bicycle belonging to Hilberto's girlfriend. Hilberto confronted him, but was then threatened.
That day we came, that we get the bike, that he get the bike, because then give the bike to he. We never know that that boy may have it. And then when we come in here, I told him, thank God we find the bike. He tell me, yes, babe. I tell her, but the boy threatened me. He tell me, Lefa, he not do nothing. He just a young boy. He can't do nothing. But I never know that he will kill my...
We as a family more or less know what happened. But we can't take justice in our hands. So we just have to be patient and wait, make the law do his job, and hopefully we get justice to my brother, because it didn't take long before they caught him, right? So I just hope he pays for what he did to us, man, because my brother was actually teaching him a trade, right? For him to do that to my brother. But life goes on, man.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
Police are looking for two brothers who allegedly murdered their uncle in cold blood. The incident occurred Sunday night in the village of San Antonio in the Orange Walk district. It is believed that after the brothers bludgeoned their uncle to death in an open field, they fled across the border into Mexico. ASP Fitzroy Yearwood spoke about the killing this morning.
Went to an area in San Antonio village near the Rio Hondo. This is in Orange Walk district, of course, where they began their investigation. Let me go first to tell you that Eugene was Eugene Toole was transported to the Northern Regional Hospital, where a medical officer pronounced him dead on arrival, seeing him with severe swelling over his face and bleeding from his head. We received a report that he was socializing by the football field in San Antonio village, where he was attacked by two of his nephews in a red Mazda pickup. One of the nephews exited the pickup and kicked him somewhere in the face area, and thereafter began beating him with a wheel spanner. The other nephew was in the passenger seat, and when he was assisted by members of the village, these two brothers took a run for the border, as we might say, where it is believed that they entered Mexican territory. We have since contacted our Mexican counterparts in trying to locate these two assailants. Our investigation is a murder investigation, and we are hoping that people in that community can assist the police in finding the Toole brothers and bring them to justice.
Is there any sort of indication to police what drove them to that extreme?
Daniel, I must use a phrase from a relative of mine this morning. There are a lot of angry people out there. Why they are angry, we don't know. But for you to go to an extent to beat your own blood relative in that sort of fashion, it had to be that you had hidden hate or rage inside of you.
Prime Minister John Briceño took to Twitter on Saturday to reaffirm Belize's support for Taiwan. This only days after regional neighbor Nicaragua flipped its support from Taiwan to the People's Republic of China. The Taiwanese government reportedly expressed, quote, heartfelt pain and regret, unquote, over Nicaragua's decision, accusing the government of disregarding a, quote, long-standing and close friendship, unquote, between the two people. Currently, only 14 governments, including Belize, maintain formal ties with Taiwan. In his Twitter post, PM Briceño spoke to a recent collaboration between Taiwan and the government of Belize that will contribute to ongoing infrastructure development projects and the construction of a new government building in the Lake Independence area of Belize City. Today, Prime Minister held a media breakfast at the House of Culture to improve working relations with the local press. While no interviews were given, the PM thanked their work during 2021. Coming up, a big donation to the Liberty Children's Home in time for Christmas. Stay with us.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benque Viejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway, from Roaring Creek to Esperanza, has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times, and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
Digi is spreading love with over $25,000 in cash and prize giveaways this Christmas. Shop with Digi this season for the best prices and unbeatable deals, plus a chance to win $10,000 cash. Yes, $10,000 cash. To add to the excitement, you get a chance to win a 50-inch Samsung TV and more cash prizes with our Zone giveaways. More reasons to shop with Digi. Prepaid mobile and DigiNet customers, you get even more chances to win with an automatic entry for every $10 primary credit used. Postpaid customers, ensure that your account is current. And you also get an automatic entry for every $10 paid. So many chances to win. Visit our website at livedigi.com/Christmas deals or follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more details. Join us on Facebook for the live drawings on December 23rd. Bring back the real Belizean Christmas with Digi. Season's greetings from our national telecom.
Belize Electricity Limited encourages you to enjoy this holiday season by following these safety and energy conservation tips. Inspect each holiday light string for rusted light sockets, cords, and plugs for damages. If you notice any damages, throw away the strings of lights. Consider using LED lights. They remain cool, are more durable, and consume less energy. Use only extension cords certified by Underwriters Laboratories UL for safety. Distribute light strands among multiple extension cords and use power strips. This prevents circuit overload that would otherwise overheat and potentially start a fire. Remember, even when switched off, your decor still consumes small amounts of electricity. So curb the waste by plugging all decorations into power strips and turn off lights when not in use. Finally, when decorating outdoors, always look up and keep ladders away from overhead power lines.
Belize Electricity Limited wishes you a safe and happy holiday season.
Sometimes it's easy to forget. So here's a reminder why we all need to get vaccinated. COVID-19 has rapidly become one of the most contagious and potentially deadly diseases in history. Oh, and as we adjusted to it, it mutated. And now we have variants like the Delta that are somehow even more contagious and deadly. We know how this thing spreads and how to stop it. We have to take the proper health precautions all the time and make sure that you and everybody you know gets vaccinated. Vaccines save lives and greatly reduce the risk of hospitalization and death. Get the facts, then get vaccinated.
It was a historic day on Friday as the National Bank of Belize launched its very own digital wallet. Even before the COVID-19 pandemic, technological advancement and the ease of doing business would see businesses and individuals moving to paperless transactions. Well, earlier today, another pay app was made available to the thousands of clients who bank with the National Bank of Belize. Here's more about NBP Pay.
We all know that as technology evolves, the way we do many things is also changing, and we have little choice but to adapt and hold on to this fast-moving train. As a developing nation, we must keep up with technology to remain relevant. When smartphones were introduced, I had no idea as to what they would do for us all in the future. These mobile devices that we keep in our hands or pockets have certainly made an impact on the way we live. Undoubtedly, smartphones have become part of our lives, and their use is not only limited to making calls, sending text messages, taking pictures, or listening to music. Smartphones are transforming and revolutionizing the banking sector for consumers, merchants, and corporations. As a young bank with only 8 years in the financial sector, we are very proud and happy that this revolution in the banking industry is here, and that the National Bank of Belize Limited is doing its part to make conducting business easier. This launch is a major milestone for our bank, the People's Bank, because we are the second commercial bank in the country to launch a fully functioning digital mobile wallet.
This past weekend, UNICEF Belize held a gala event in Belize City to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the UN agency's work to protect children and enhance their well-being, not just in Belize, but around the world. The special evening was attended by representatives from many of the partner agencies and government ministries, the Children's Advisory Council, and others. UNICEF Belize country representative Alison Parker addressed the gathering in person, and Prime Minister John Bersenio joined to offer his good wishes.
UNICEF was founded in the aftermath of the Second World War to save children's lives and protect their rights. Today, we celebrate 75 years that UNICEF has delivered for children. from a period of armed conflict, natural disasters, and humanitarian crisis to long-term development and enduring legacy with you, the government of Belize, and our partners who have been on the ground to provide essential services for children in need.
On behalf of the government of Belize, I extend warm greetings to UNICEF on the occasion of its 75th anniversary. This celebration belongs to those UNICEF has touched and forged life-saving, transformational changes for. This includes children the world over, as well as partners like Belize, who continue to hold the agency in highest esteem. For us, this partnership means breaking down barriers and inequalities that children face and building the bridges for a better tomorrow towards Agenda 2030. When every child is healthy, safe, educated, and can live out their truest potential is when we have secured the path to a brighter future for us all.
'Tis the season for giving, and today, the Belize Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors, with help of the general public, was able to make a donation to Liberty Children's Home in Ladyville. But this year, the partnership with its donors allowed Belaifa to extend its reach and assist Marla's House of Hope and Cornerstone Foundation in the West, as well as some families across the country with hampers.
They are tasked with providing support to insurance companies, not to mention advising people about preparing for rainy days. But today, the Belize Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors took on a different role, honoring a 10-year tradition of giving back to the community.
The partnership that we have had with the Children's Home is a decade long, and so this is something that we do every year as a part of giving back to our community.
Back in November, the staff took to supermarkets across the city, asking shoppers to donate canned foods and non-perishable goods to the cause. The member organizations and partners, such as Madisco, Twins Supermarket, and Frontline Service, chipped in to help make the food drive a reality.
As a part of our Insurance Awareness Week in November, we embarked on a food drive. So what we did, we had different representatives, we had advisors from the different companies literally go out and station ourselves at different supermarkets. So we were at Brody's, Northern and Downtown, and we were at Public Supermarket. And so what we did, we were soliciting food items so that we can donate to the Liberty Children's Home in Ladyville. If you see all of this stuff that has been donated, the general public came, and people were generous, and it doesn't matter how much they gave. As you can see, one thing, we have so many things that we collected this year for the Children's Home, so we're really excited about that.
You guys normally would match what was given?
Well, we represent different insurance companies. So we represent Sagicor Life Inc., Diversified Life Solution Brokers, RF&G Life Insurance Company, and Atlantic Insurance Company. So we did get contributions from them as well, and that was definitely a part of our collections that we were able to get.
The items were handed over to the director of Liberty Children's Home, a safe space for 34 children. Agatha Valentine speaks about the impact that the donation has on the institution.
It's always a feeling of joy and gratitude on our behalf, because what they do, it's a great need that they contribute, which is food, and it does contribute to the quality of life for our residents, for our children. Grocery is an expensive commodity, and so since we're all aware of the issues surrounding COVID, so we're very much grateful for the contribution. We have been working with far less income since the start of COVID-19. And so I think this is one of the biggest donations that Belaifa has given to us, and it shows that as a community, we still have people with a heart and people that are willing to give back. I'm so grateful for it.
This year, with assistance from donors such as DFC Belmopan, Quality Chicken, Racina's Imports, Vegas Distributors, Sabre Realty, and Shai Bell Gas Station, Belaifa has been able to expand its reach to Marla's House of Hope and Cornerstone Foundation, not to mention a number of families who will be receiving food hampers.
This year, from what we got, we were actually able to secure 10 hampers, and we will be distributing those to needy families in Belize. So apart from Belize City, we also have advisors who will be contributing to other places in San Ignacio, and these places are the Cornerstone Foundation. And we will also be donating food items to the Marla's House of Hope in Belmopan. So it's a lot going on, Dwayne, and like I said, we are so excited that we were able to get all these things.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
After the break, the wet concrete finally goes down to sea floor. But first, here is a look at the latest COVID-19 figures.
Merry Christmas, Belize! And to make it merrier, Brothers Habet and Habet have some great gifts for you. Like 15% off all decorative paints. That's Penta, Domestic, Dutch Boy, Berger, and Valspar. 15% off all power tools from top brands like Stanley, Black & Decker, DeWalt, Skill, and Bosch. 15% off Simpson generators and pressure washers. And 15% off Sunlight windows and doors. Plus, check out our clearance section with lots of good stuff, from 30 to 60% off. And of course, we're giving away $500 gift certificates to 12 lucky customers every day for our annual 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. Every $50 you spend gets you a chance to win. The merriest place to be this Christmas is Brothers Habet and Habet. So stop in today to pick up your gifts and fix up the place.
Improving lives, delivering quality. Water for you and me in Belize. BWS, we make it happen.
For the immediate future, our entire country's focus is to ensure that each of us take adequate measures to mitigate against the COVID-19 pandemic. We all need to ensure frequent hand washing or sanitizing, regular disinfection of surfaces, constant social distancing, and a sufficient supply of sanitizing and cleansing material. At this critical time, a reliable supply of clean potable water is of utmost importance to ensure our health and peace of mind. Water is therefore a vital necessity to help us remain free from illness and ultimately to help Belize's economic recovery. Help us to help you by paying your water bill. Our return to a healthy and vibrant economy depends on you.
Belize Water Services, delivering water and more.
Christmas. With the busyness that the season brings, take a moment to slow down and get a different perspective on the reason for the season. Celebrate Christmas with Sagebrush Church, December 26th at 10 a.m. right here on Belize Channel 5. Or visit sagebrush.church for service times and locations.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
How to register for an account online. Welcome to Iris Belize online portal user registration. This guide will provide a step-by-step on how to register your account on the Iris Belize portal. On the home page, click the Register for an Account button. This link will take you to the online registration form. Start filling the following details: your first and last name, your date of birth. Enter your name and date of birth as given on your Social Security card or birth certificate. Your mobile number. This will be used for request verification and important communications from Belize Tax Service. Your email address. This email address will be used to log in to the portal. Enter a password as per the specifications given. Reconfirm your password. This should be the same as the password field above. Enter the appropriate security answers to the 3 questions. Note, these questions will be used in the event you need to recover your password and validate your identity. When finished, check the Read and Agree box for the terms and conditions and privacy policy. Now, you can click the Submit My Registration button. Your user account registration has been sent. A confirmation email will be sent to the email address you entered. Open the email and click the Confirm Email Address button. You are now registered. For the final step, you will need to contact Belize Tax Service to link your tax account to your online profile. This process will take approximately 24 hours to link.
Enjoy using your integrated revenue information system. Effortless, easy, electronic, efficient processing of taxes for everyone. Iris Belize.
Bundle the fastest, most reliable, unlimited broadband in Belize with your prepaid or postpaid mobile plan or Netflix. You can bundle your broadband with your prepaid and enjoy 50% off all national calls, plus get SMS and data. Paid plans? Then bundle with any speed and pay only $25 extra monthly to enjoy unlimited smart-to-smart calls, plus 500 minutes, plus 6,300 megabytes of data. Stream unlimited HD movies and TV shows with our broadband, plus the Netflix add-on for only $30 monthly, and enjoy streaming on your laptop, TV, phone, or tablet. Visit a smart showroom near you to sign up or upgrade to the bundle that's right for you. Smart, bringing people together.
The Veterinary Association of Belize held its annual general meeting on Saturday at the Cajal Pet Resort in San Ignacio. The membership elected new officers to their executive committee. They are President Dr. Victor Gongora, Vice President Dr. Ludwig Palacio, Secretary Dr. Fabian Tun, Treasurer Dr. Isabel Paquette Durand, Ordinary Member Dr. Mia Canton and Dr. Philip DeShield. In news delivered to the members, it was shared that Belize has been selected as the host for a Caribbean conference in 2023. The members also commended the Minister of Agriculture, Jose Mai, for supporting animal health and production in Belize. The minister recently appointed a new veterinary surgeons board to serve a 3-year term and also signed into law the annual registration for veterinarians and animal health assistants for continuing professional development. Finally, the WIT concrete has taken her final bow. At the second attempt, the 375-foot-long World War II cargo ship is now submerged into the Soldier Key Conservation Zone at Blackbird Key. The intent is to provide a new source of income for the Marine Reserve and its stakeholders by attracting snorkelers and wreck divers for a divine experience in the Turnif Atoll. A joint release from the stakeholders of the new venture says the wreck's revenue will be 100% allocated to the protection of the area, including improving enforcement, new staff, better equipment, more vessels and engines, and the upgrading of an existing equipment, among other activities. The sunken ship is also projected to benefit the local marine life in the area as a home for diverse marine flora and fauna. Now renamed the WIT, the dive site is possibly one of the largest dive sites in the Caribbean. As you all know, News 5 is celebrating its 30th anniversary of being in your homes, bringing to you our flagship newscasts, but also the many entertainment shows and local programs. It was the big 30, so we had to go big or go home with the week-long Gimme 5 show, and the final night on Friday was filled with mega performances and huge prizes. And I have to say it again. We were all about catching flights and not feelings with Frontier Airlines. All winners on Friday won monies for flights. But when it came down to the grand prize, the winner was in disbelief and thought it was a prank call. Here's a clip of the interaction with Elise Craig.
For you. All right. Let's see.
Give me 5.
Hey! Woo!
Elise.
We got a winner.
Elise? Yeah?
Craig, you're a grand prize winner for Gimme 5, the 2021 edition. 30 years later, you know, you're the winner.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you is.
No, I'm not. Who is this?
So you think this is one of your friends pranking you?
Elise.
Yeah.
You think they would hire William Neal? Because I don't come cheap.
All right, so maybe you need to turn on your television and we're going to show that coupon one more time just so you can believe us.
I'm not near my television.
Oh, her voice sounds trembly. Elise.
You don't believe us?
Just ahead, a birthday treat for Belize's oldest golden citizen. But first, here's a weather update with data.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
My name is Kim. I'm 36 years old. I'm raising a 6-year-old daughter and I'm living with HIV. My greatest priority is to raise my daughter and be here for as long as I can with her. Well, it was around 2009. The moment I found out when the nurse told me, I was shocked. It was hard at first to just hear that news. It was like somebody just took a ton of bricks and just dropped it on you, and you're like trying to figure out, you know, how am I going to deal with this? Being HIV positive, I have experienced a lot of discrimination. I decided to be open about my status because I want to show other people that, you know, you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to hide behind who you really are because of a disease. My belief is that if somebody is going to want to be around you and love you, they're going to love you for who you are. It's very important for a person who's HIV positive to stay on their medication. Like I said, I tested positive 2009. So literally it's going to be 13 years since I'm living with HIV. And out of that 13 years, it's like almost 11 to 12 years since I've been undetectable. It is important for people living with HIV to get screened for other diseases because in 2019, I was also diagnosed with HPV. My mom, she died from cervical cancer. You know, with my medical condition, I decided that I would ask the doctor what would be best for me. And the best, well, he said that, you know, eventually it could lead to cervical cancer, and I did not want that because I already have one medical condition. And so I decided that I would do a hysterectomy. I'm very concerned about COVID. I made the decision to get vaccinated because I know it's a better form of protection for persons like myself. At first, I did not want to do it, I'm going to be honest. But I'm the type of person I like to read, I just don't go by what people say. I came to the conclusion that it's a form of protection, like I said, for persons like myself, so that's why I decided to do it. I would want people to know that people like myself that is living with HIV, we are normal people just like you guys. Don't just look at us like, oh, they're HIV positive. Look at us that we're all human beings and we deserve affection and love and good treatment like everybody else.
Hey, have you gotten your Pennies dollars yet? If not, well, now is the time to do so. Why, you say? Because after December 31st, we will no longer be redeeming or issuing Pennies dollars. But don't worry, because in 2022, we will be celebrating our 75th anniversary. And we have new and exciting promotions, some great events and reward programs lined up just for you. Collect your Pennies dollars when you shop at any of our locations and redeem for cool gift items. And we have massive deals going on right now, so you can enjoy store-wide discounts. Remember to fill out the ticket portion for a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize on December 23rd. So stop in and shop to get your Pennies dollars and great deals only at Pennies.
Pennies, Pennies, oh, Pennies. The Royal Group of companies, of which Nestle is a part, believes in paying its fair share of taxes to support the economy and the government of Belize, which shows that we are good corporate citizens. It also makes good business sense because it saves us time and money. Our messenger is extremely happy as well because previously he had to stand in long lines that extended as far as the tax department gate. And now with this online filing, he no longer has to do that. Our employees are so happy to register individually. And at the end of the year, they can check and see what they have paid. And then when it's time to file, they can actually compare it with the tax department and get a fast response from the tax department. By us signing up and our individuals also signing up, it shows that we are good corporate citizens and we're doing the right thing for Belize.
IRIS Belize, effortless, easy and efficient electronic tax services for everyone.
It's a fact that your credit lasts longer when using Smart. During these times, we're all trying to find ways to cut costs and save the little resources we have. With Smart, it's easy to do that. It's a fact that with Smart, your credit lasts longer. You can call Smart to Smart and Smart to Digi using your promo credit, while with the other guy, you can only call OnNet, Digi, or BTL numbers. What does this mean? You get to call any national number using your promo credit. Your promo credit is free, so that call is also free. Know your facts. Don't be tricked by the other guy. Be smart and save your dollars.
2 weeks ago, the leader of the opposition, Patrick Faber, asked the Ministry of Infrastructure Development to make public the details of the contracts and scope of roadworks to rehabilitate roads damaged by Hurricanes Eta and Iota. These hurricanes affected not only Central America, but dumped significant amounts of rain over Belize, causing one of the worst floods in history in the Cayo district. Minister of Infrastructure Development Julius Espat explained that the ministry had provided the Contractor General a complete report of the $12.5 million that was spent for the emergency spending. He said the ministry's report would be made public after the Contractor General had released his own report on the projects. News 5 has a copy of the ministry's report, and Marian Ali has the breakdown of the details.
The ministry's roughly 300-page report indicates that the rehabilitative works under the emergency project took place across the country on paved and unpaved roads and required different levels of intervention. The contracts given out were said to reflect the exact needs as identified by a damage assessment that the ministry conducted. But the ministry indicated in its report that the roadworks were quick fixes to the urgent needs that arose at the time in order to restore interconnectivity as quickly as possible. So long-term work has to be sorted out to keep the roads usable. Those contracts were awarded to a total of 28 contractors for a variation of works. The ministry states that all of the work has been completed except for the Philip Golson Highway between miles 8.5 to mile 11, which is about 80% complete. That project, being carried out by Rodla Construction Company Limited, is valued at $1,930,000. The total spent on the projects was $12.5 million, and this was in addition to $1,191,700 that the previous government had approved. While in some cases, more than one contract was awarded to the same contractor, each contract outlined its own scope of work. The ministry indicated in a report that in the awarding of the contracts, its goal was to cut costs in transportation and mobilizing the ministry's equipment. Contracts that were worth over $50,000 were approved by the financial secretary and vetted by the Contractor General. Completion certificates with the amount of money spent and before and after pictures are also included in the detailed report. It lists the roads that were compromised by persistent rainfall due to the passage of Hurricanes Eta and Iota in late October and early November of 2020, just before the government changed. The ministry said that the problem was compounded by the fact that a number of the feeder roads had not received any kind of maintenance or rehabilitation for years. The problem prevented farmers from accessing their farms. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
Leonora Patnett's residence on Wagner's Lane was alive with activity today as friends and family from across Belize City stopped in to wish her a happy birthday. Patnett is Belize's oldest resident. At 108 years old, she still looks good and is very much independent. This afternoon, News 5's Isani Cayetano stopped in to speak with the centenarian. Here's his story.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Belize's oldest citizen celebrates her 108th birthday today with an outpour of best wishes for a longer life from friends and family. Leonora Patnett was born on December 12, 1913, just 1 year before the start of World War I. Since then, she has seen the country blossom from its colonial past to the jewel it is today. In honor of this milestone achievement, Belize's most well-known centenarian is being showered with blessings from all over.
I feel good. Last week I wasn't never good at all. I had pain in my foot, but then ease up now. So with that, I come sit down out here.
We have shown a bright spotlight on Patnett since she hit 100 back in 2013. Not only is she able to move about her house, at 108 years old, she still has all her faculties intact. Her daughter, Rita Sedasi, shares the trick to living such a long and fruitful life.
She has a good appetite. She likes church. And I guess she always say that, she says that you have to live good with your neighbors and be good. And that is a part of according to her, that's a part of her living longer.
Over the years, Patnet has seen generations of her family grow to become parents, extending the family tree to great-great-grandchildren. You've seen your kids grow up to become adults, right? You've also seen your grandkids. How far down the family tree are we now? Great-grand or just grand? You have great-grandchildren or just grandchildren?
Great.
Talk to us about that feeling though. I mean, you've been around for several generations to see all of these people grow up under you and they're carrying on your family tradition and your family name.
I'll tell you about that. Then done married, I have children too. And you mean mine them, and then till they grow, good big man and have children.
Area Representative Tracy Panton, whose constituency Patnet has lived all her life, knew the elderly woman before entering into politics.
I know Miss Leonora and I know the family long before I got into politics. So, I grew up in this area. Her son-in-law, Jerry Lee, had Jerry Lee's record store. And so I have known the family for a very long time. Miss Leonora has always been very active. She used to, at that point, she used to attend all our events that we had in the constituency. Mother's Day especially, she enjoyed coming to those functions. And we visit with Miss Leonora every year to celebrate with her, to remind her that we love her, to learn from her wisdom. When I ask her, how do you get to live so long? What should I do? And she says, remember to pray. So I know that God is very important to her, and she understands very well that she is blessed with long life because of her relationship with her God. So it's always a pleasure to stop by, to visit.
According to Patnet, longevity for her means remaining indoors, especially since she is no longer able to exercise and take care of the children.
We now go out, we stay home and then I does work out. I let them mind them children.
Reporting for News 5, I am Miss Anna Cayetano.
Up next, another airline touches down. Find out where they fly when we return.
My name is Omar Deshiod. I'm in Standard 5 and I go to St. Vincent Paulo TRC School. The team inspired me to work with others even in the pandemic. I had to sit in front of a screen for 45 minutes trying to learn violin. Other than the violin, I also got better at chess. I beat my whole family. I believe chess is helping me strategize the best moves, make decisions, and solve problems.
Omar put a lot of effort into the essay. He got limited assistance from school.
I had to make posters digitally with Pages, Word, and PowerPoint, which he never did before. Because I am on the internet, I learned more about stranger risks and internet safety. We would not have started using computers this early if pandemic didn't come.
I believe that this is a good initiative by BEL because students are given an opportunity to express themselves through writing, and at the same time it provides some sort of support for the schools. The cash prize means a whole lot for our school. It came in an opportune time when we were completing our bathroom project.
I would like to thank BEL for giving me the opportunity to join this competition.
My parents always said, when it's time to build, invest in quality products that last a lifetime, even if it means paying a little more. It is now my turn to invest in my own home, and it's not even a question. It has to be Oran Windows. My contractor recommends Oran because of the heavy-duty construction, the thickest gauge blades on the market, and the dual locks that allow lower louvers to close independently for privacy while the top remains open for airflow. These features make Oran aluminum louver windows the best on the market.
With Oran aluminum louver windows,
you get strength, durability, and beauty with an added layer of security and protection against debris and damaging winds. Come in and check out the variety of sizes and colors at Design Depot, located at Mile 3 Philip Goldson Highway in Belize City.
When something is good and you can save, that makes it even better. Like this guy, he buys Flex bundles using his promo credit. No worries when his primary credit is finished. He gets talk, text, and data for free. Or her, she calls her family internationally with her promo credit. And with data packages so affordable, she even does video calls. Smart continues to offer great deals and affordable promotions. As a small business owner, she saves when she uses her promo credit to call the other guys. All Smart customers enjoy more triple days and knowing they can use their promo credit, which just lasts longer. Smart, bringing people together.
Like other vaccines, the COVID-19 vaccines being developed have been through the same trial phases and rigorous process required for all vaccines. Global efforts on the development of the vaccines are built on existing research from previous coronaviruses like MERS and SARS-1. As COVID-19 vaccines are approved for their broad use in the population, be reassured that they will continue to be monitored to identify any adverse events. Your safety is our top priority. Vaccines bring us closer.
How does the AstraZeneca vaccine work? The vaccine provides support to help your body develop immunity to the virus that causes COVID-19. The body is left with a supply of memory cells that will remember how to fight the virus. It takes a few weeks for the body to produce the antibodies after vaccination. How long does it take to build immunity after taking the first dose of the vaccine? There is protection 14 days after a person's first dose. However, that initial protection may decline over time, which is the reason why it is so important to get the second shot. How long after the first dose should one take the second dose? The second dose should be given between week 8 and week 12. Are there any deaths associated with the AstraZeneca vaccine? There have been no deaths associated with the AstraZeneca vaccine. Vaccines save lives. They remain the safest, most effective, and cost-effective medical tool developed. Increased uptake of the vaccine is the best way to stop this pandemic, save lives, and return to normalcy.
Tis the season for increased air travel, and visitors from the U.S. or Belizeans heading north now have yet another option. Frontier Airlines arrived in Belize for the first time this weekend. News 5's Marian Alley was at the PGIA to greet the new arrivals and found out more about the new routes.
The landing of not one, but two inaugural Frontier Airline flights from the USA on Saturday adds to the promise that Belize's tourism industry is on a healthy rebound post-COVID impacts. Once a week, Frontier will bring tourists to Belize from Orlando, Florida, and from Denver, Colorado. The departure at Denver, Colorado on Saturday morning was as spirited as it was at the PGIA, with lively broke-down music trumpeting inside the VIP lounge for the official welcome ceremony. This new arrangement between Belize and Frontier follows several months of discussions between the Ministry of Tourism and the airline company, and it is only one of many more that the Minister of Tourism, Anthony Mahler, would like to see holds true despite the COVID uncertainties ahead.
That is our goal going into 2022, to expand Air Route, to continue the partnership with Frontier to ensure that the two new flights into Belize are successful, and we will work diligently, we will work frenetically to ensure that we are successful here in Belize. Tourism represents 40% of GDP and 40% of the employment. And so, as a Minister of Tourism and Diaspora Relations, failing is not an option in 2022. No matter what COVID throws at us, any variants, we will work together with the private sector and we will succeed with new partners like Frontier.
The airline is offering perhaps the most affordable airfares where it flies. They've been able to do so by incorporating innovative seating layouts and weight-saving and baggage measures that have resulted in a 43% saving in fuel expenses, the most fuel efficient in the U.S. Frontier has passed on these savings to their passengers. Its sales agent, Alfredo Gutierrez, assured that even though prices will depend on seasonality, their airfares will remain tempting for travelers.
We will have some amazing promotional fares in off-season. We always tell people that if there's flexibility in travel, to look at the different dates, because the fares could definitely change between one week to the other. We also believe, in the American side, that Belize is a country that doesn't need season. You are a year-round destination. And for markets that are looking for great weather, whether it be in the Northeast, Chicago, Boston, Seattle, you don't need season. You have the year-round product.
Frontier is also known as a green airline because of its conscious effort to decrease greenhouse gas emissions and to protect the environment and wildlife. It is an effort that Alfredo Gutierrez says the airline was also looking for in a destination.
We have one of our beautiful airplanes decorated with a beautiful flamingo. Now, it's not there just for decoration. It is there because we need to make people aware of these animals in danger of extinction. I don't want my kids or their kids to only be able to see these beautiful animals on the tail of an airplane. They need to be in the wild, in their habitat, especially in countries as beautiful and the natural wonders that this country like Belize has to offer. These ideals, protecting the environment, respecting nature, those ideals are things that Frontier Airlines was looking for in a green airline, looking for a country that has done so much in ecotourism, sustainable tourism, protection of the animals, and everything that you've done aligns perfectly with the ideals of Frontier.
Frontier's flights will arrive in Belize on Saturdays. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in both text and streaming video at channel5belize.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/News5Live. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe. Good night.